bids, the more bonuses. Reward for your first deposit up to $600. eSportsBets.com. Foresight, passion, and calculation.
Dire Team Ban.
Okay, welcome back everybody. You're watching the Star Series Season 11. This is Power Rangers versus VP.Polar. My name is Triumph Man. I will be casting this match for you. It's a best of one series. Now, just a quick aside, I did hear some complaints from the previous match. Apparently the microphone was too loud. I have turned it down a bit, so hopefully this is better. Let me know as it goes on. Anyway. Oh dear God, VPP again have been allowed to get... Nice stock at this hero. This hero is insane. Under the current patch. I don't know if Power Rangers watched the previous one, but yeah, we'll see if they can deal with it. Okay? I mean, we did just only watch one game, but it looked bloody strong. Let's just leave it at that. VP, on the other hand, they will ban out the Wisp as well as the Lycan again. And Power Rangers will go with an Ogre as well as a Brewmaster. Both heroes copying significant nerfs in the previous, well, in this current patch. VS, though, picked up along with the Tidehunter for Power Rangers. And Tidehunter, he got some small nerfs. They weren't big ones. VS, on the other hand, yeah, whatever. I mean, she's good. It's still a very strong pick. She fits in this current meta so well. The negative arm of Wave of Terror is an insanely good spell. And just she also, during the drafting phase, makes it difficult to draft certain heroes like Batrider against them. But Slark now picked up by VPP. They are going full-on ganking map pressure, just saying, well, you know, we don't need to take quick towers, but if we force you to huddle up as a 5-man group and sit next to your base, you're not getting a whole lot of farming done. And they're going to try and create some kind of economic advantage through just sheer map control. Void, though, next ban by VPP. Again, it's, I suppose, not a bad choice, considering he's a hero that makes diving fairly dangerous early on. Trying to dive like 2 or 3 at a time behind towers when there's a threat of something like a Chrono. Punk, also a similar issue. Diving against him can be troublesome, but then again, Void is... sorry, not Void. Nightstalk is Void, and Crippling Fear very good against the Puck as well. He's very squishy, and the silence just shuts Puck down completely, so... give and take, I suppose. But his initiation factor is very strong once he gets that Blink Dagger up. And Nightstalk, if this is a weakness to him, he's not very strong for the first few minutes. He takes a little while to get rolling.
5 seconds remaining.
He's not a huge threat immediately. So there can be some significant time for him to fight. I mean, generally speaking, he doesn't want to usually gank too much. He'll gank maybe once or twice during the first night phase, but doesn't want to get that. He wants to get those early items, like his power treads, his urn, just as early items to make diving safer. If you go and dive with nothing but brown boots, it can backfire pretty hard. But Power Rangers, they go with Luna, had a small buff with the glaives, and I don't know if her night vision gets counted out. I'm pretty sure her night, actually no, I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure her night vision gets counted out by Nightstalker's ult as well. But anyway, Death Prophet and Scarth Mage banned out by Power Rangers, so getting rid of one of those powerhouse supports, which I think is a smart choice. They're not planning to pick it themselves. Scarth Mage really, really good with stuff like Slack. He's just all around just strong. And when VPP are going for early aggression, having that kind of powerhouse support who remains really strong in the mid-game, I think is a very solid option to go. It's abandoning that out, I think, a wise choice. VPP, though, the next pick, probably going to grab a support up at the moment. I think they're still fairly flexible as to where they stick these heroes. Could be the Tri-Lane again from Nightstalker, or we could see something like Slark, or maybe even Nightstalker mid. Depends how they want to play around that Tidehunter, really. But Luna, actually, she's got some decent damage. She's pretty squishy. They could actually try and put pressure on her Tri-Lane early on. But with if they go for a triple range with a couple of stuns, that might be too much to deal with. Because, of course, Luna with the empowering aura is very, very strong. And when you factor in triple range, it is incredibly powerful. Even if you just get a value point for the command aura as well with VS fairly early on, like level 4, it's also quite strong. It's just stacking those buffs one at the other, just making them just turning the dial up to 11, making them really quite powerful. Witch Doctor picked up. Oh man, I don't think VPP can go with an offensive Tri-Lane against the Witch Doctor, Vengeful Spirit, Luna. There's a lot of stuff. They've got some decent stun and really strong range harass there. That range harass. Witch Doctor already has absurd damage. You throw in the negative armor from Wave of Terror plus Command Aura and stuff. Although, I say this and then they pick the Lena. Now, here's the thing. Lena has a huge burst potential now. Level 3, I think she's knocking out 300 damage at level 3. That is insane. Absolutely insane for a level 3 combo. And you can set it up with Shadow Demon 2.
10 seconds remaining.
That might work, actually. Because Luna's really squishy. If she steps up to farm and she gets hit by Disruption, I think she dies. I don't think they can keep her alive. Maybe if they get a really lucky casket bounce between Lena and Nightstalker, maybe they keep Luna up, but It's going to be a tricky one for sure. The range harass, though, definitely very strong, so it could still backfire. I mean, they step in the line, they get in the wrong position with Lena or Shadow Demon, they're going to get blown up really quickly by the auto attacks from Power Rangers. So, but I feel like VPP are going aggressive again. Slark, probably safe lane, solo. So VPP probably looking for a solo mid, although Power Rangers think it might be a Batrider pick. I don't know about the Batrider into the VS. That's questionable. And I don't know if that... I suppose it could put it mid. VP, though, Polar go with the Broodmother as their final ban.
10 seconds remaining.
Their wave clear is not the best. It's okay.
5 seconds
and Slark can
remaining.
do a bit, Lena can do a bit. It's not great. So I think, yeah, the Broodmother ban warranted. They just want to avoid it. And it as well, the Broodmother, although Night Stalker's pretty good against Broodmother. You get the crippling fear down on her, she just dies so quickly. I don't know. I mean, crippling fear goes down, can't get away, slowed, then blown up by Laguna Blade. So, I mean, they've got the lineup that can kill it, but then again, maybe it's too much. It causes too much investment of effort and time in chasing the Brood around, and that just creates space essentially for Luna to farm. And going into the late game, I don't think Slark and Night Stalker can tackle the Luna that easily. Power Rangers, though, with their final pick, I feel like it's probably going to be their solo mid pick. Unless they're planning to do something... Luna's not a fantastic mid, but they might just say, screw it, this tri-lane that they're expecting to come out of VPP is too damn strong. And they'll just put Luna mid and try and pick up something even more aggressive to play. Just basically take Polar's strategy head on. And we saw last match, well, could be some interesting rotation. We'll see what their plan is, though. I say it's an offensive try. I mean, with Shadow Demon and Lena, it feels like it wants to be offensive. Because I don't think they can... If it's going to be a safe lane tri-lane, the issue is, yeah, okay, they go safe lane with the Night Stalker. And then Shadow Demon and Lena try to leave and gank. Because together they're pretty good gankers. The setup with Disruption is fantastic for Light Strike away, so it's really easy to land it. And the damage that Lena kicks out is insanely good. But the issue is if they leave the Night Stalker alone and Tidehunter is a solo off lane... Oh,
Radiant
Meepo.
Team pick.
Okay, Meepo picked up. They've got the single target damage to bring Meepo down, but at the same time, Night Stalker trying to dive against multiple nets. That could be really awkward. That's a really interesting pick from them. Alright then. I'm honestly not sure how that's going to play out. But yeah, going back to the point, if they do leave a safe lane solo Night Stalker against the Tidehunter is going to kick his head in, basically.
5
the Anchor
seconds
Smash
remaining.
is not much Night Stalker can do about it. The Anchor Smash plus Kraken Shell, Night Stalker is just going to get pushed out of the lane so quickly.
Reserve time.
And he does need a little bit of early gold. He really wants to get the boots out, get the upgrade to Power Treads, or whatever he wants there. Get the urn, and work towards his first main item, which may, in this case, I think it's probably a BKB to get around the Ravage, obviously Eclipse, Meepo shenanigans, but Death Ward still goes through, so give and take. Diving into Death Ward and nets could be tricky, could definitely be quite scary. Zeus picked up, oh boy, that's gonna hurt Meepo. Yes, you do have the extra magic resistance, but getting spammed by the consistent percent-based damage from Phobos is gonna really, really sting. Okay, whoops, wrong button, hang on. Alright then, so let's cut the lineup here. Playing the Radiant side for VP.Polar, we have FNG on the Shadow Demon, Illidan playing the Slark this time. Okay, Mag will be playing the Night Stalker. Looks like it might be the solo off lane. Night Stalker that we mentioned last cast is possibly a viable option. I remember AUI was talking about it, maybe being workable. And then it'll be Phobos on the Zeus, and then Lil Hardy on the Lena. For the Dire team, for Power Rangers, we have Cheshire Cat playing Tidehunter, Diddy Ra playing the Luna. We have Sonico playing the Witch Doctor, J4 playing the Vengeful Spirit, and Shaklo playing the Meepo. Man, I haven't seen a Meepo pick in like forever. Alright, we'll see how it plays out, but it will be the offensive tri-lane coming out from VP.Polar. Interesting though, this time around, Illidan. Just going to take the safe lane farm here with a Slark. He did so freaking well with the Night Stalker last match. I suppose it's just... Mag plays in the off, put Mag in the offlane better, and just have Illidan just sit down and farm. Because it wasn't like we had Illidan just sit down and farm last match. He did a bit of farming, but it really was that mid-game aggression coming out of the Spirit Breaker, as well as the Night Stalker. It was really, really, really good. Meepo though picks up the poor man's shield first, pulls some tangos, and we'll see how he tackles this mid lane up against the Zeus.
The battle begins.
I am not really seeing this matchup. This could be a
Just
difficult
what
one for him.
that
Meanwhile, top runner though, Lunago getting picked off there. Walks
First
into that
blood.
gank. Unfortunate Sonico now.
Gonna be a
Yeah, no, I don't think he gets away here. The slow comes in, light strike away. They get another disruption down. No, never mind. He gets uphill and will manage to walk away from that one. Luna going for that bounty rune and then paying for a greed there. And he could have been. It doesn't lose very much gold. That's not the biggest deal. More the issue is feeding Lena early boots pretty much. That is the scary bit. Now that Lena gets the boots, would have probably been worse actually if Shadow even got the boots, because here's the setup here. With the disruptions, there we go. Lena now going to move in, light strike away, and this is what we're talking about. In comes Sonico, and he's going to get cleaned up. No way he walks away from this one. And pretty much, barring some misplays from Polar, I believe that PowerRangers have lost this tri-lane pretty heavily. Although we went into this and said, yeah, it's going to be a rough tri-lane. With the Lena being picked up, her burst potential is so damn high. It's just one after the other. They get picked off one at a time. It's going to be the issue here.
Denied.
As his levels come out, though, the auto attack damage coming out of the Witch Doctor can be pretty frustrating. But I think now that they've killed him once, they've killed Diddy Ra, now they've got this level advantage that PowerRangers are going to struggle to put out the auto attack aggression. Bottom lane, Illidan going under the tower there. On the mid lane though, this should be some pretty easy free farm for Zeus, and Meepo seems to be doing okay for himself though. He has shuttled out some extra regeneration though. Which, yeah, he's going to need, obviously Zeus. Majority of harassment going to come out there from the nukes. They've realised that their pool camp is watered, which is, sometimes like, teams don't do that. They just go, you know what, we've got such a strong triumph, let them pull, we'll contest. Let them go for it. That range from Lena is so damn long. That's actually something I didn't really think about. The fact that the range of Lena is gigantic. She can harass from such a long... She can just sit here and pop shots over the trees with great ease. That is actually really frustrating if they want to... See, look, she's going to move up. Pops a shot over the trees. There comes the disruption, though. Could be trouble. They multiple light strike. No, whiffs this time. And will not get Diddy Ra. But the Sonic, though, taking a ton of damage. Auto attack's going to come in. Should be able to finish him. There's the kill. Lena able. She's just like a long-range artillery piece. Another stun in on J4. J4 trying to back up there. And Diddy Ra. Oh, man. So much damage. The range on Lena. Like a wind up on... Lena has the worst, literally the worst attack animation of the game. She's got a 0.75 second wind up. It's awful. But the distance at which she can attack now is 675, I think? 670. That is insanely long. Excuse me. As also mentioned earlier, her stun range is actually quite long as well. Theoretically, if Mag pops his ultimate, Lena can land a stun while being out of vision. She can literally walk up to someone who's farming a lane and stun them without them knowing that she's there. And look at this. Lil knows, hey, I could just sit here and pop shots across. And he's going to do that. Like, they almost might have wanted to stick the ward here just so they got vision so he can fire shots across the tree line. Oh, he's just guessing that someone might be there. Man, Dragon Slave does so much damage. Like, to a 180 at level 2. That is insanely good. Oh, there goes the clarity, though. Messed that one up. Meanwhile, under the tower here, Cheshire Cat chasing Illidan around. This is definitely a rough lane for Illidan. Although I actually know he's going to move in here. Cheshire Cat now tanking some tower shots there. Twitch is aggro. Cheshire Cat, though, in trouble. Out comes the kill there for Illidan. I mean, he's tanky and all, but coming onto the tower and tanking tower aggro is another thing entirely. Pull across there. VP on the low ground. He's going to abuse Lena's range at this point. Down there comes disruption. Lena going to go for the stun. Stun going to come in and it lands. See what I mean about that range? It's huge. No follow-up this time around from Mag, so they will be able to get away. Stun comes in on FNG, but now going to be punished here. See, the auto attack damage is quite high. A stick charger. FNG stays alive. J4 now trying to back up there. Can he get away here? Another void? No mana for it. Meanwhile, they're going to try and get Mag back out. Do we have another stun? Mini stun there from Moonbeam.
Is the grave.
And he will have to back up as well, but they will pick him off there, as that's what we're talking about. The auto attack damage in an extended fight, the auto attack damage from these 3 ranged heroes is incredibly powerful. Bottom lane again. This is still a pretty rough lane. Or it should be a rough lane for Slark, but with that kill, it's really slowed down Tyner a little bit. But yeah, getting whacked by the Anchor Smash non-stop is pretty frustrating stuff for Illidan. But he's about to hit level 6, which is going to deal with his issues there. Meanwhile, we haven't really looked at the mid lane. Meepo 19-1. Doing actually better than I expected against the Zeus. I suppose now he's got level 2 Meepo, the second Meepo, he can start poofing you down the creep waves. But Zeus about to hit level 6, and this is going to be scary for the Tri-Lanes. Zeus, a core Zeus is fantastic against Tri-Lanes. You have these underleveled heroes that are so susceptible to his burst damage. He can just, doesn't even need to rock up. His ult just adds so much damage. Tri-Laners Mag just going to jump in there, steal some last hits. Now some de-warding being done. Power Rangers, they want their pullback. But Polar got to be careful. They don't want to lose their Night Stalker a second time. That'll really stall his momentum. He has picked up a bottle to assist. Oh, here comes the disruption. Stun coming through. In comes the casket though. Stun will go through. Lagoon, Light Stroke away. And the Dragon Slave is so much damage now. Lena's actually picked up a shoot the level 3. Which, fair enough. One of the issues Lena can have is severe mana issues. Although Lil has gone for Arcane Boots. But, yeah, Lena does have mana issues. So, keeping it low at level 2 can be beneficial. And he's gone for the level in the Fiery Soul as well. Oh, bottom lane. Illidan has picked up Treads. There comes the ultimate there from Susik going on top of J4. J4 goes down. The auto attack damage quite strong on Mags. Almost goes down. And now Lena, the long range attack again, picking up a second kill. Night Stalker, he went down to 30 health. That's what I mean. Like, just one extra, like that early level deficit there. The Power Rangers really made a difference. One extra level or so would have made so much difference there. Could have quite easily put in a counter kill instead on Mag's Night Stalker. But as it is, the early start the VPP got off to was a big deal in the end. Cheshire Cat being chased off for some light nuke damage. Level 3 Pounce, gone for 2 in Essence Shift as well. Which, fair enough, if you're trading hits, is fairly significant. I suppose that is an issue, actually, for Cheshire Cat. Getting continually whacked around by Essence Shift will be pretty frustrating to play against. There's a bottle dumped to the ground there. They're going to go for another kill, though. Nighttime now for Night Stalker. Can he find another kill? Level 5. Probably going to pick up his ult again at level 6. And Sonico could be in trouble. Tosses down a ward. Just to watch for the rotations.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is going to be a more common thing going in the future. They're going to need way more defensive wards in your safe lane if you're playing against this offensive Night Stalker. At the very least, it would tell them if Lena's sitting here and firing shots over the top of the trees. Now, Lil's back with some of his own wards. See what he does with them. Meanwhile, we've got some stacks going there. Some stacks. And Zeus, Wrath is back up too. This is going to be ugly. I think this is easily going to translate into some kills here. These supports... Oh man, that's so squishy.
Denied.
And, oh, they see this ward. That's unfortunate for Lil. Are they going to try and de-ward it though? Are they game? They are game. They're going to come in and try to auto-attack it down quickly. In comes Disruption there. Oh, it was bait! Wrath comes in probably a bit too early. Down goes Diddy. No, he pops the stick charges. He might be okay. Never mind. They will get the kill. In comes Meatball though. Goes for a counter kill there on Lena. And now Night Stalker running for his life. But easy value there for VPP. Picking up the carry. It does feed Meatball a bit of gold though. Meatball picking up 500 gold. Ooh, that's a pretty big... That's actually a pretty big result for him. Slark actually lead to the net worth chart here at the moment, and that's without a Midas, although I assume he's building one right now. Well, Zeus picks the ward,
Dire's bottom
throws down
tower
some
is
counter
under
warding.
attack.
So he spots the ward up there. The Bolt doing some counter warding for him. They don't manage to clean it up, but he will know it's there now. Now Night Stalker will know not to run past that point when he's going for ganks. Oh, actually, no. When he goes for the ganks, you know, he's got his ult. He might go for a gank. We'll see. I think this daytime, though, he's not going to use his ult. He's just going to sit down and just get some farming done. He's just going to try and get up to level 8 or so. Get Void, maybe get a level in Crippling. Get Void maxed out, get a level in Crippling Fear, and then they'll think about it. There we go. Counter ward done. They know exactly where this ward is. Just going to cut down on a Power Rangers vision. Now, if anything's going to save, basically stall out Power Rangers need to buy some time. If anything can stall out their game, because we've got to keep in mind, VPP are winning right now, but they are expected. Their lineup is much better right now. For the foreseeable next 15-20 minutes is much better. But come the late game, Meatbo and Luna are going to beat the ever-living crap out of VPP's lineup. Like, the Night Stalker, I say that, Slark is actually pretty good late game, so maybe not. Depends on the BKB usage, I think, but Meatbo can quite easily burst people down, and they don't really have the AoE crowd control. Like, one of the best ways to deal with a Meatbo is something like Chronosphere, and they don't really have that kind of same luxury. So I feel like the late game, Power Rangers are better off, But the question is, of course, can they get there? Maybe they can stall out long enough with the Titan to blink Ravage. If he can find it. He has picked up Arcane Boots first. And possibly with Meepo. Meepo just farms so freaking amazingly quick. So maybe he can flash farm to a point where it's going to be hard for VP.Polar to go high ground. I think the bigger issue is going to be the sort of the threat of being ganked, causing Power Rangers to play super scared and group up like Alliance did last match and hold hands like right outside their base and just get no farming done whatsoever. Suso going to spot up Sharklo. One of his clones. No, that's actually Meepo Prime. On top lane, looks at potential kill come out. Slow down on Sonico. Dragon Slave. Ouch! That's a lot of damage. Level 3 now. Expect to pick up... Oh, obviously. I mean, he'd be weird if he doesn't pick up Laguna Blade next. He's just trying to get that level 6 up and running. Shadow Demon, though, is just rotating to the... I actually have no idea what Shadow Demon's up to. He's not warding, so... Has he been stacking? He's not been stacking. Not sure what FNG's been doing. Lil's just lurking. And I think VPP are happy just to dial it down a little bit while they wait for the next night time to roll around. They're just going to wait for Night Stalker to get up to level 8. Get the Crippling Fear down, because it'll make ganking some of these heroes like Luna a lot safer, because Luna, she's got her ult online. And Mag's just going to run up. That's how little fear he has. Just walks right up to CS. Shadow Demon could try and pick up the Meepo. Meepo right now jungling, stacking. Getting ready to blow these up. And if anything that Virtus.Pro could be doing right now, they could be warding up the enemy jungle with some offensive wards just so... Well, I mean, they've got one here. But deeper wards just to try and allow them to punish Meepo when he goes into full-on farm mode in that jungle. But they might let him get some value out of this jungle at the rate things are going. They're just focusing on shutting down this Luna, and they might be focusing too hard because Meepo is doing pretty damn well in terms of net farm. Illidan is doing better at the moment, but he did go for a Midas. It was a relatively late Midas, but still. I would say he had an easier time, because of course he did pick up that kill as well in Tide, which put Tide far back enough as my mouse is... Yep, mouse, there we go, mouse is working again. Stop working. I don't know why.
Dire's bottom tower is
Sonico,
under attack.
Looks like he's going to pick up some power treads next. Just going to try... I mean, they need it. They need all the health that they can get right now, because they are so vulnerable to getting picked up by this Zeus. Night Stalker, nighttime now. Oh, J4, where are you going? This looks like it is killing him. Meepo going to come in. Stun comes out on Lil. In comes the disruption. Cast comes out, bounces twice there. Lil now in trouble. Can he throw out a stun in time? Laguna Blade comes in on Diddy Rai. He will survive for the moment. In comes the kill. Wrath comes in, cleans up the Luna. But they will get that kill before she goes down. Meepo getting that kill. Now goes the ult down. Persia goes down there from Shadow Demon on Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat, they'll take you a lot of damage. We'll just walk away though. Doesn't use the Ravage just yet. Purge, not enough there from FNG to slow him down. Mag was coming, but he didn't get there in time. So in the end there, PowerRangers trading a support. Or trading their carry for a support, so yeah. A bit rough. And they've already cleaned up Lena's streak too. Meepo had previously got it. So now up to 2 kills. Unfortunately, Mud Golem's there. Oh, cleans up a triple stack of creep.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Bottom lane Mag, he's lurking. He wants to.
Dire's bottom tower is under
attack. In trouble. He's gone away though. He's just done a bit more stacking, and again these golems. Looks like it's just going to be a free tower for Illidan.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, we're up to 3 Meepos now. How close are we to Scepter? Scepter is actually really close. 700 gold out from Scepter, so Meepo is really going to start farming super hard. Now they throw out the stun. The FNG might regret making this decision. A lot of damage coming out. Death Ward as well. That was pretty much just a elusive beam on the Death Ward there. Just the auto attack damage is so freaking high. Like, you look at that 100 damage per swing there when he's near Luna. So much damage. Luna as well, like 100 damage per attack as well.
Is under attack.
Even with 8 armor, Shadow Demon are really vulnerable to that. You compare the lane, like it's just 74 versus 100. It's really
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, Illidan just backing up. I suppose this is something we probably haven't touched. Is Illidan hasn't really impacted the game just yet. He's been quite happy to sit and farm. Now, disruption there on Meepo. Can they buy enough time? They throw down the soul catcher there. Sharklo just going to TP out. In fact, goes to the top rune. There we go. It's going to be okay, though. And we've got one Meepo TPing home, and they're going to be able to poof out to him if necessary. Meanwhile, did they catch vision? No, it doesn't look like they managed to catch vision. Night Stalker, though, wants a kill. Do they have to... Oh, I've got Eclipse up. Could go for this kill. No, it's too many creep there. Won't be able to go for it, even with the enhanced beams. Meanwhile, though, Lena finds a kill on Vengeful Spirit again. J4 just walks into that. Meatbo, one of the Meatbos has been spotted. It's Meatbo Prime. Scepter, about 450 gold away. J4. Oh man, not such a good game from Cheshire Cat though, farming away. Should have a Blink Dagger after this stack, but yeah, the enhanced health really slowed him down quite a bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And these Meepos are sitting under a ward. This could be trouble. I don't know if they want to go. They see the Luna. They might go on the Luna, but between the Poof combo and Eclipse is still up, I don't think they want to take this fight. Also, they're not sure where Tide is either. Actually, no, I think they've figured it out now. Illidan's seen it, so he's figured, yeah, Tide's doing the ancient. In fact, he's just going to steal.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Steals the last few hits there on the Dragon. That's 200 gold that Cheshire Cat misses out on because of that health increase. That's unfortunate. Doesn't have the dagger still as well because of that.
Is under attack.
Now Lena just been given some farm time. Wait a minute, is this a Dagon, Lena? Please, like this. I don't really advocate it, but I'm just gonna laugh at it if it is a Dagon, Lena, because don't usually see supports picking up early null talismans like that. And a Shadow Blade for Slark. Now, this is good, give and take. Shadow Blade on Slark is going to give him... It's better for scouting and ganking. For sheer straight up team fighting, the Blink, I feel, is better. Just because you can instantly get down on a target you need to go on. But when you're scouting and ganking and applying map pressure, Shadow Blade is amazingly good. Now, Tidehunter, luckily for Power Rangers, does manage to find his Blink Dagger. So now they've got some initiation, which, if anything, that Virtus.Pro lack is initiation power. They're pretty much reliant on somebody who's walking in and starting the fight on a single target that don't really have big AoE CC team fight powers, and even just AoE DPS powers like Power Rangers do. They've got really huge powerful spells. Ravage, Eclipse, Death Ward. Pretty much VPP, they've got I suppose they've got Thunder God's Wrath, which is nice, but it's not the same amount of just sheer firepower they're going to pack. And then, of course, Laguna Blade's nice, but it's all single target. But now the wraparound is going to come in here. They're going to try and pick up this Night Stalker moment. In comes Disruption, no. As they should be able to buy us up. Magno comes to stone. He's trapped with a Death Lord. Man's going to get blown up here. Backs himself into a corner. Will regret that. Meatbo now comes in. Wrath, the Thunder God comes in as well. Not enough damage to bring down J4 Chest. Down goes the Vengeful Spirit. They will lose. Ravage comes in, they will also lose the Shadow. Ravage going to get popped down there. Meatbo pooping again. Down goes the Slug. Illidan falling before them. And now Power Rangers, they put that teamfight power to work. And that's definitely a setback now for VPP. And if Power Rangers can get a couple more fights like this, they're going to be in good position. If they stall out this game, Lena now in trouble. They're going to go on her. Going to hide that fight there. Meanwhile, Lena getting blown up there as well. That's 4 kills. And the Power Rangers, they trade a Vengeful Spirit in return. I think they're quite happy to trade J4 for that.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
You see the swing there? Big drop back there. It's like nearly 3,000 gold. Swing a tier 1 tower top also being brought down. Not huge value tower there for VPP, but still a big gold gain right now for Power Rangers. Something they need. That's a huge shot in the arm for them. Mining with some items maybe. Something. She's got drums. She could definitely use some drums. And could really use a BKB now as well. BKB obviously gets Lena. Going to be a big deal. Zeus. And it will just allow her to run away from the Night Stalker as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It will really limit her damage though, but it will keep her alive and hopefully stall the game long enough for her to get towards her endgame items. Meanwhile, it seems to be a bit of a fight break. Oh, great block there from Shadow Demon. Tidehunter blocked him by the illusions.
Upon the tides.
But Tide, I mean, his value, he hasn't necessarily peaked, but he's hit his major playing point where he has that Blink Ravage available. Right now the focus, I think, for Power Rangers is going to be defending their jungle and just trying to make sure that... Oh, Illidan jumps in and whiffs it. Oh, whoa, wait, what? Don't know about that swap out there for J4. Unnecessary, but yeah, whiffs the pounce. And then we'll walk away from that. No casualties exchanged. But the main thing is for Power Rangers, I think, A, try and keep this tier 1 mid up for as long as they can. B, keep their jungle safe. Maintain control of the jungle. If they lose control of the jungle, they're going to lose so much farm potential there for the Luna. Even if they lose this tier 1 top, as long as they keep Virtus.Pro out of their jungle, they're going to be okay for the most part.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like he's building towards probably a BKB. I mean, like pretty much right now, Power Rangers, everybody, except Meatbo, wants a BKB at this point in time.
Dire's top tower is under
Roshan
attack.
sneaked in here by Power Rangers, but they've been spotted though. They know it's going to swap there from FNG. Moves off, swapped in. Gonna try and get this kill here. Sonico now pops down the death board. Cancelled though by Bolt of Lightning instantly. Now FNG in trouble. Casket's bouncing back and forth. Witch Doctor board low down goes the Witch Doctor. Guna Blade used there. They're gonna lose Sharklo maybe. The Meepo's running through his life. Run, Meepo, run! He gets clear there. Meanwhile, BKB is worn off. They're gonna run Phobos back as BKB's down. Ravage comes out, catching Phobos. Anchor Smash. Can he finish with an Anchor Smash? Gush as well. Anchor Smash to finish. Magic Missile also not needed, but Meepo gets picked off in the meantime. He goes back in, gets brought down. It's a 3 for 3. That is an ugly fight. But I think in the end, they disrupt the Roshan, and Slark takes some kills there. Whereas Meepo as well as Luna get taken out there. Fairly weird exchange of gold though, in terms of net value. Roundabout even, but in terms of the heroes killed, Power Rangers definitely not enjoying it as much, I think. And do they manage to sneak Roshan? Roshan is really low. I think Power Rangers, though, they want to go for this now. They know some of the big ults like Wrath are down. They might make a run on this. Can they get in their time? I think they can. No, Luna's actually not going for it just yet. She's pushing up the lane. Maybe just trying to fake them out. She doesn't have Eclipse. And Wave of Terror going. FNG still tanking it. They might get this in time. Illidan pops the Shadow Dance. Do they get the steal? No, Illidan managed to get in time. We'll leap out. Now we've got the Titanity going for this. It looks like he can get this killer on Mag. Mag now in trouble. No, he's okay. He backs up here. And Didira actually dumps into the pit there. Drops an orb of Venom and then... I don't know what he's doing actually. Well, the chase is on in the jungle. They're after Illidan. Can they knock this off there? Blink in. Meepo poof combo in. Mag's going to go down here. No, the stun comes in. The Laguna Blade. Not there. Doesn't matter though. The Light Striker was there. And in comes a Wave of Terror from J4 to clean it up. Well, Illidan still falling low on health. Regenning up now. Now coming back into the fight. And Didira has been healed up as well. Thanks to the Urn as well as I would say the Voodoo Restoration. Meepo jumping all over this fight. So a good series of counter kills coming out from Power Rangers. Don't get the Aegis though, unfortunately. If they'd been a little bit earlier, maybe they could have snatched it. I think a smart play there from Illidan though, jumping in and going into the Shadow Dance, just ensuring that he managed to pick up that Aegis without getting stunned. Oh, then after the Tide actually had any stuns, he'd already used the Ravage. Actually, it was a one-man Ravage. Probably shouldn't have blown a one-man Ravage on a Zeus had already used all these spells. Maybe that was a bit of a waste in that fight. They could have potentially keeping the Meepo alive, I suppose, if they'd used that Ravage a bit more... a bit less greedily, really. Luna, how's her progression going? 1,700 gold. I assume she's going for a BK. I think she might be going straight
Dire's
Manta.
middle tower is under attack.
It might be a straight Manta if she's just saving money. 1,800 gold, or it could even be, I mean, she might even just go all in on just trying to catch up farm. Could be a Helm of the Dominator, and she'll just sit in this jungle and hope that she gets left alone for a bit. Because right now, every now and then she has to back off and go and heal, which is annoying for her. But with Slark, yeah, I don't think that's the right choice. With Slark with a Shadow Blade, that's definitely a questionable option, I think.
Moon's blessings.
I think she should probably go for the BKB first. Or even the Manta style to get rid of the silence, the crippling fear. Shadow Blade there for Illidan will back off. A lot of forces here. Power Rangers. The Meepos are out.
Dire's middle tower has
Tier
fallen.
1 mid gets taken out, no deny, which is awkward considering there are no Radiant heroes there. FNG now moving in, going to try and run into Meepo. Can they get this pick? In goes the Purge on top of J4. Could be dropping Illidan. Shadow Dance is out of trouble. Sharklo now, one of his Meepos silenced up. A swap out there. Wrath comes in. It's not enough though. Well, the Moonbeams, not enough. Lucent Beams come in. They can't get the target out. In comes the Laguna Blade. Down goes Luna. FNG now in trouble. Illidan gonna have to use that Aegis. Bolt comes down, doesn't connect anything, just giving vision for the moment. Meanwhile, they will also pick off J4 there. Man, Laguna Blade, that is such a ball buster. Luna. Oh man. She had the Soul Catcher on it too. That's just really ugly. It's a 1k swing there. Lena is just going full core at the moment. So much game potential coming in on Lena at this point in time. Mag, BKB done though, and this is where things I think get awkward for Power Rangers. Once the BKB start coming out for Power Rangers, the problem is, yeah, they can't really stop Night Stalker sitting on a target. The Ravage becomes less effective, and I think the main issue is, yeah, if a Meepo gets sat on as well, is that they can't break him, they can't get him clear. Will be the big problem. I suppose, no, they do have the defensive swap, so actually, Vengeful Spirit's going to be really useful in that regard. The defensive swap to get a Meepo that's being focused out of fight. Oh, blink combo. Not good enough, though. Mag will BKB up. He almost gets auto-attacked down. Holy crap. right through the BKB, but it will get him out of trouble. Had he not BKB, that split second
Radiant's
instant,
bottom
he would have
tower
been dead.
is under attack.
Good attempt there by Shaklo.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Lena? Picks up a Yule, so it actually can set up her own games very
Radiant's
easily.
bottom
Element's also
tower
moving in
has
here.
fallen.
Gonna try and maybe get an enemy jungle. A 5-man group up for them from Power Rangers. Pretty much they have to stay together. They split up, they're getting picked apart so easily. And this is definitely going to impact their farming. But then again, VP.P are doing almost the same thing, grouping up and
Dire's
basically
top
invading the
tower
enemy
is
jungle. I'm
under
surprised.
attack.
I think they're actually just going to do some warding because they know the Power Rangers is down, or at least they
Radiant's
should know because they
bottom
can see
tower
them.
is under attack.
Meepo's just going to monster down this tower.
Radiant
Lift's going to get
structures
popped
are
out.
fortified.
And Power Rangers going to get a freebie here. Doesn't look like any defense is being mounted. And Polar are
Radiant's
not
bottom
doing any
tower
objectives.
has
They put
fallen.
down one ward, no deep wards like over
Dire's
here or
middle
something.
tower
So
is under attack.
low value there for VP.Polar. They just allow a free tower
Radiant's
to go away.
bottom tower is under attack.
See, gold-wise though, still around about a 6,000 gold advantage here for Polar. Now the TP's coming back for Power Rangers. They're going to try and defend this tier 1 top. No, maybe tier 2. That tier 1's gone. No way they're holding that.
Radiant's bottom tower
Is going
is
to
under
move up
attack.
and smack that down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And safe Meepo. Oh, never mind. Most of the
Dire's
Meepos are hanging out in here in the
structures
enemy
are
jungle to make sure they keep
fortified.
fun. Meepo Prime, obviously with his team, getting ready to gank a smoke up here. I
Dire's
like
top
this. And Power Rangers are
tower has
counting
fallen.
aggression with aggression. They know they've got a chance to get some kills here. Smoke getting it broken. In comes the Ravage Blink. Only catches one though. The others BKB it out, and the others it whiffs on. Down goes the Shadow Demon. Lena now in trouble. Looks like Meepo's going to go for a Laguna Blade coming. The Meepos are falling low. Meepo goes down. Zeus going to finish him off. And on the backside, Cheshire Cat running away. Luna now also falling low. They're going to burn out to the urn, I think. She's fallen low. She will goes down. A double kill there for Phobos. And Cheshire Cat gets back, but it was a really, really weak Ravage. He got one hero. The other two that were in range, BKB, laughed it off. These BKBs, definitely. They're going to need to bait them out a little bit. Now, around about an 8,000 gold lead here to VP.Polar.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So working towards what is could be Mantha, could be Scotty. I'm going to assume it's the Scotty. It's, I think, the more regular go-to option. Just gives a ton of stats, and right now Meepo, he needs those stats. Lena is just absolutely wrecking him. In fact, if somebody on his team could afford, like Tide even, somebody needs to get him a pipe because Meepo's just getting focused down so hard. Or at the very least, they need to get on top of the Lena, or at least hit her with Ravage and then blow her up really, really quickly. Because that's pretty much what did Meepo in. He just got slammed, and one of his Meepos got focused by that Laguna Blade. It's only level 2 so far as well. Definitely a rough game right now. Power Rangers still in this though. They still have a chance, even though they're 10,000 gold behind now, 12,000 even. They're a long way behind, but I still feel like they have a solid chance to come out of this. As we see Illidan now doing some scouting, gets stunned though, pops the Dark Pack, should be able to get clear here, and I think he's just going to Shadow Dance out of here. Says, yeah, no, that's not happening. Pops the Shadow Blade as well, and he's just going to run away. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Meepo Prime is here. I think that's a free kill on FNG. Once the poofs come back up. And then we go blink poof, and FNG just gets blown up, I think. Oh, can he make some shenanigans here? No, he tries to run. No chance in hell.
Who's that tough guy now, tough guy?
You're a Mask Commander. Wow, that is, let's just say with ballsy, look at the damage she's taking. Oh god, Luna. She's going to remain super speedy though, but she takes so much damage. Lena decides she doesn't like Luna. But in fairness, I suppose at this point in time, if Luna's eating the Laguna Blade, I'm pretty sure Meepo's happy about that. That's going to be okay, I think. A wrap around here from Slark. Going to see if we can get any pickoffs on the rear side against Power Rangers. I don't know if he can find him though. He's just going to back off here. Power Rangers grouping up in the mid. Well, they're getting some split push done here with Meepo.
Dire's top tower is under
going for the
attack.
Scepter next, just to blast right through those BKBs. I'm not sure if he really... it's just going to be extra damage. The BKB thing is nice. If Luna gets one eventually, I suppose. But really, the BKBs are not going to be bought on Meepo, and it's going to be very easy for him just to burst down the Meepo regardless. So, I don't know. Maybe a Hex would have been better. Or Blink even. Blink's really good on Lena. Blink's really good on almost all the heroes. Now, oh, Eleanor, he's just going to blow up Didira so quickly. Wrath even gets committed there. Luna has no chance on back. Oh no, J4's in trouble as well. Stun comes out, but instantly purged off by Dark Pact. A double kill for Illidan. Going ham at the moment. Courier's in danger. Courier's gonna die, I think. Courier being chased down, will be brought down. No cargo on it just yet. Laguna Blade comes in. Down goes the Witch Doctor.
Radiant's bottom tower under attack.
Whoops. PowerRangers, well, not that they keep doing that. Although, meanwhile, bottom lane, Reject is being killed. Well, not actually yet, because Sharklow's about to get blown up here. He's not getting out. Silence on the Meepo. Laguna Blade not required. Yeah, PowerRangers, I think if they had a chance, it's slipping away. Let's just put it that way. That goal is just getting worse and worse and worse. And it's going to be a scepter.
Dire's structures
it would be,
are
but
fortified.
It's definitely going to be now. No late
Dire's
bloodstone or anything.
top tower is under attack.
Vegeta finds a double damage. I think he's just going to wait for Illidan to come and pick this up, maybe. Or he could even just hand it over there to the Night Stalker. It's an easy kill going to come out for Illidan. I don't think J4 gets away from this. No, 4 stars away. Maybe he does. Shadow Blade pop. Oh, he's dead. He's going to get taken out. Luna now coming in. And the Shadow Dance is down, actually. Doesn't. Oh, no, he gets away with the Dark Pact. Getting rid of the Ravage. Holy cow. Nicely timed there. Going to jump back in now. Diddyra in trouble. Going to get brought down. Misses the pounce. So Diddyra, though, still in some serious trouble. Going to get burst down there by the Void. Now Cheshire Cat also back up. That Ravage relatively ineffective.
Is under attack.
The top tier 2 getting taken out. Meanwhile, bottom tier 2 also taking a bit of damage. Lena, though,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Better push than some. Low damage, though, actually. No, she's doing about 20 damage a hit on that tower after armor resistances and armor types. Tyno, though, desperately trying to get a Refresher Orb. I just don't think it's going to come in time. These BKBs are really wrecking his ability to do anything. And Dark Pact on the Slark. He didn't even need to BKB that. That's actually really... I'm gonna go with he timed that. That was really, really good. And they did actually give him the double damage, let him bottle that up. Night Stalker now. Looks like he's going for an AC. It could actually even just be casual plate mail. It's also possible. Meepo now porting out. Poofing out. And Zeus is so freaking rich. Oh, wow. That could be an Orchid. I mean, it could be an Orchid just to increase damage output against Meepo, but I feel like it's possible. Actually, no, it's a Refresher. It is definitely a Refresher. He bought Ags. That is hands down a Refresher. Actually, it's a lot of damage too. That is a ton of damage that you're going to knock out. See a free Rosh here for VP.Polar.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
And Meepo, actually, it wasn't a Skadi, it was a Hex, actually. And Blink Hex, super strong as well. But they will give the Aegis over to Slark and let him take that up there. And he's now building an Abyssal Blade. He's actually very close to finishing it. That is just going to get uglier and uglier for PowerRangers. And it's really making this sort of solo push here by Sharklo really dangerous. Because Slark could tear into pieces under that Basher and Abyssal Blade. Well, mid lane, tier 2 now being pressured here. Taking a fair bit of health loss. Diddyra still, it's so squishy.
Dire's middle tower
I really
is under attack.
don't know about that. I mean, I guess, you know, do what you can, but it's still pretty questionable, I feel, that Mask of Madness. On the bottom lane, Sharklo with his Meepos is hiding here. Illidan just going to use his Midas in the jungle. It looks like a smoke up here. Power's like, screw it. We've got to get some pickoffs here. We've got to try and get some comeback gold. I don't know if they've got the ability to... Do they have any detection? They do have detection, yeah, there we go. Detection is being carried. And Phobos now about to get jumped, it looks like. In comes the blink jump. Hex comes out from the Meatball, and I think they kill Phobos easy. Burst him down. Meanwhile, though, looks like Slark trying to pick off one of the Meatballs. Will get away there. In comes the Thunder God's Wrath. Buyback from Zeus just to do that. Lena now cops the stun. Can they auto attack now? Yes, they can. Meanwhile, Slark pouncing out of trouble. Luna has died in the meantime. And now we've got no detection down for Slark. Slark actually going to run through this. And he's going to go for this Meepo. He sees a weak one. Meepo gets taken out. Pounce forward. Datches down. Sonico. Sonico's going to go down. Zeus back in the mix. Down goes J4. A double kill to Illidan. And that smoke gank there, it sort of worked and then it backfired. Zeus just buying back in the fight with Wrath.
Radiant's middle tower is under
died
attack.
without even popping Eclipse. In fact, I can't remember seeing her Eclipse all game. As the Abyssal Blade now, down for Slark. Again, but just Slark just knows what he's going to focus. Like, you saw the weak Meepos, screw it, just went in. They just could use a gem, really. Oh, Cheshire Cats. He's not getting out of that one. A godlike streak for Illidan. They just have not shut him down at all. He's died once this entire game. Yeah, Mag getting stuck in the mid. They should be able to clean up this tower. On the plus side, though,
Dire's middle
the
tower
PowerRangers,
is
they don't
under
push
attack.
like... Virtus Pro's lineup doesn't push very well. But you know what? Small consolation
Dire's
here.
middle tower has
They
fallen.
will take down the tier 2 mid. But they should have time for Tide to come back if they have... Oh, no, they don't actually have a up at this point in time. So, I think it's actually enough time to be able to chop through. He does have a fair bit of agility here. 322. 330 damage, actually, per swing. Actually, no, he's going to get... I take that back. With the amount of damage that he has stolen, he can actually just cleave through these towers, apparently, with great ease. Jumps forward with the Dark Pack, will knock off the stun. Down goes Sonic, J4 out of trouble. Oh my god, so much damage! Just completely blast down J4. Now the Meatbo's getting stuck in, Mag, getting chopped through. Doesn't matter though, Illidan's stronger. Illidan brings down, he's beyond godlike still. A triple kill. Really gonna buy back there from Meatbo. I think there's only so much he can do. Illidan still even has the Aegis. He can quite happily just sit here and kill this Rax. Or we can run away and not kill this Rax. He's got an Aegis. I suppose Blink Ravage is up, but I think he should just go and kill it. Now Blink forward, pounce in there as well. Oh my god, down goes the Meatbo again. Just did not even stand. And that's a dieback too. GG is called. Game is paused. Don't know about that. BM pause. Anyway, guys, VP again. I mean, we know the Night Stalker's good. The Night Stalker has definitely had an impact, 5, 4, and 12. But this game, Illidan once again, maybe it's just Illidan that's OP. Illidan completely wrecking face with Slug. He's something like, what, 15 kills, I think? Let's have a look in a second. He's beyond godlike with 1 death. Absolutely insane stuff. So, VP.Polar with Illidan sitting on... Let's see it. 17, 1, and 5. Maybe it's just Illidan is broken as hell. But I gotta say, the ganking lineup from VP.Pro again, paying dividends. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's been Triumph Man casting, the Starladder series, Star Series Season 11. We'll be back in, I think, 30 minutes for the match. Let me double check here. Alright, so we'll be back in... Yeah, 30 minutes with X-Game versus Alliance. So Alliance with another chance to basically get back on the horse. Unfortunately, they've been struggling a bit recently. Obviously, unstable roster and everything, so... You know what? And Loader wasn't their last match. But anyway, we'll be back in, well, actually, no, close to 25 minutes now with the next game. So stay tuned for that. We might actually move over to the Starladder channel. So if I'm not here, we'll be on the Starladder channel because we're just waiting for the Southeast Asian matches to finish up tonight so we can move over. They're having the playoffs there, Rave versus MVP.